Beers and bets. Beers and bets. Beers and bets. Beers and bets.
No!
Hey.
We're here. It's Thursday night, just before the Broncos
Started
Chiefs
7-8
kickoff.
months ago. All for this moment. All for this moment. It's
You just gotta
about
beat
honor.
him one time. Just
Well,
beat him
he's
one
not gonna
time.
be
Jimmy.
here next week, so never mind. Take this fucking thing off.
Yeah.
Yeah. One time. Hey,
Steve Smith.
this is the first time. No, let's not get into that. That was the dumbest shit I've ever seen, man. But yeah, game night, man. It's like the biggest night of the year as a Broncos fan. This is the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So
You got to get hyped up for this. Their season could be a wreck, but if you beat the Chiefs once, it kind of makes up for it. So let's
could
hope
be
for
wearing
that.
shirt. So
Yeah.
Let's save our picks on Thursday Night Football for the end, because by the time most of the audience listens, the game will have already been played. So quick gambling story from a buddy at work I heard yesterday. All right. So he's got a friend. My coworker's got a friend. He's a gambler, bets on sports just like us. He's also got a wife, kids, nice house in a good neighborhood. And what happened was he had lost
He's
about
not like us.
He had lost about 50 grand. He lost about $50,000 on sports bets, just losing and chasing and losing more. And so his wife gives him an
Divorced
ultimatum, says, you either got to quit gambling or you got to get out of the house. You got to move out.
Get
And
out of
so
the house.
What does he do? He packs his bags. He's see ya.
I know a guy like that, man. See
No,
ya.
that's not the true end of the story, though. He actually did stop betting and stayed at home with his wife. Or he lied to his wife and said he had quit gambling, and he's still betting.
He's got
which
a
is more
burner phone
likely.
he's going from. Yeah.
I'm going on the yes and yeah. That like, what do you think the over under is that he did? I'm betting that he did.
He's still gambling.
That he bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A flip phone that he's hitting a Bovada for.
That's a tough one. I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, because I mean, it's a given that I expect to lose money when I make my deposits at the beginning of football season, but I'm losing a couple $100 a year. To lose $50,000, unless you're a celebrity, is kind of wild.
Money don't make money,
Yeah, that's a good chunk of change.
Bet big, win big.
Yeah.
You didn't ask him what he's won in years past, though, because that could have been all profit.
Yeah, I'm sure he was killing it before this year.
Is he taking your betting advice? Is that
he
what
had the
happened?
house?
He does listen to the podcast.
Oh, listen to me and Jimmy.
Yeah.
Money.
I'm just betting on the fact Katrina doesn't listen to this, and because if I wouldn't, that would be a bad situation if she wasn't allowing me to do that. We have a podcast called Beers and Bets. I mean, this is almost as big. We're making more money off of this.
We make more money on our ads than we gamble away.
Dude.
So what's good?
Brad, those T-shirts, they're flying off the racks right now. Like, we're running out. Actually,
We gotta
make some real merchandise, man. Those T-shirts that Mike printed, and I appreciate it, Mike. Because I know he's one of our fellow listeners.
It went so fast. You got to show off the dog. Dude.
We got to get well-made shirts.
I was gonna make it a tank top, but I didn't want to get Mo all excited. But we got the dog, right?
Yeah, the dog.
Yeah,
might be a pug. I can't even tell what type of dog.
I think it's a pug. But
okay, let's get to week 6. Let's make some picks.
All right.
And Brad, let's start with your Ravens. They travel over to London to play the Titans. 8:30 a.m. Central Time on Sunday morning. I usually give you the Ravens pick first. I'm going to take it away here because of my hatred of the Titans. We all know it's well documented. I think the Texans completely
Is it the Titans or is it Vrabel?
No, it's the Titans more than it's Vrabel because I actually like Vrabel. I actually think he's
was curious.
I think he uplifts an absolutely terrible team to mediocrity.
Okay, fair enough.
This is an easy cover for the Ravens. Ravens -4. I'm parlaying that with the under 42. So this is a 2-point pick by me. I like the Ravens to cover the spread. I see this being like Ravens 20, Titans 13. Titans are not going to be able to move the ball or score. It's not happening.
Yeah. I like that. I mean, I don't know how much you guys give a shit, but Baltimore-Tennessee has been a pretty good rivalry. Like the last kind of since they played each other, but they've knocked each other out of the playoffs. They're both undefeated in each other's house. Baltimore's 3-0 in Tennessee. Tennessee's 2-0 in Baltimore. They've knocked each other out of the playoffs. But I think as long as Baltimore and Lamar don't turn the ball over like 4 fucking times, Matt, this is an easy one. I like the points. I like the under. But again, it's in London. Baltimore got there early. Tennessee got there late. We'll see if that matters.
Yeah.
The London aspect makes it weird, in my opinion. What do you got, Jim?
Yeah, I just think Baltimore should catch the goddamn football. That'd be cool.
That would help.
Yeah, that's kind of a big part.
Maybe practice with a smaller football instead of a rugby football.
Just practice with a football. How about that? That's how I usually learn to catch a football. I play catch.
Well, let's go. Hey, let's use Matt's pregame warm up.
No
I got some good
point
hands.
has ever been made,
yeah.
though. Really,
Yeah.
you go to the Blues game. We're in there, like by the locker room. They're kicking a soccer ball around.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
We're terrible right now. How about we get on the ice?
We can't step across crease, but we
what
can
the fuck
juggle.
are they doing? Yeah,
times.
what are we doing here, man? Like, why? Every team does it. I remember before baseball games, at least then, though, we were hitting wiffle balls, and we're like, this is the biggest waste of fucking time. Remember that we had to do the wiffle ball like freshman
Little
year
golf
baseball,
ball.
the golf ball ones,
with a broomstick.
Yeah, you almost think that would screw you up more than it would help because it's going to get your timing all out of whack trying to track a wiffle ball.
You're working on one specific thing, but
they were the wiffle ball golf balls. They had the holes.
They had the holes in them.
And the other teams doing shit.
Nah,
we're warm up.
You're striking out to golf ball wiffle balls, whiffing on them.
They're warming up.
These idiots.
Yeah, right.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right.
Not easy.
So, Brad, can I put you down for Ravens -4?
Yeah, I'm just taking the points. It could be a high scoring game. I don't know.
Jim, yeah, London does make the over-under weird. You don't know kind of how the game style will go. I just don't trust the Titans to score even more than like a touchdown.
You bet with your heart, not your head. So that's why I'm only taking the
I'm going to go Titans
I always have.
money line.
Titans money line. Jimmy's saying this was a Vrabel game.
Yeah, I think
it's a home game.
I think it's a Derrick Henry game.
You think he gets right against Baltimore?
I don't know. I don't know. That's just I'll go with that. I would like to go just under. I mean, if I could do that straight out, but
you can.
There's
no rules to these picks. Yeah, I take the under all the time.
You want the under?
Yeah, I'll just do that.
All right.
I think
Smart
there's
choice.
a lot of running in this game, and I don't know Baltimore. I don't know how it's that hard to get a receiver, and
I like Zay Flowers. He dropped a kind of tricky one to catch,
dude. Oh my god.
Well, Andrews, I mean, he's still the lead dog. He had 3 drops.
Yeah,
Bateman had 2. Bateman's a first rounder. Odell can't stay healthy. I think Nelson Aguilar is like
fucking
3rd on the team in targets. So
I like Zay Flowers. He's the only one I've like kind of liked what I've seen so far.
Still no touchdowns though.
Yeah. That'd be a good one though. Zay Flowers anytime touchdown this week. I might throw some dollars on that.
He's in top 4 in terms of receptions without a touchdown. It was one of those weird NFL Network stats. So
okay,
might want to hammer that. On to the next one here.
Let's move on from the London game. Noon game, probably the best noon game on the slate. Seahawks go to Cincinnati to play the Bengals. Since he's 2.5-point favorites, over under set at 44.5. Jimmy, let's go to you first on this one. Bengals, Seahawks.
Oh, I like the Bengals here. I think at home, Burrow didn't look bad last week. I thought he actually kind of looked more agile. He was able to move around a little bit.
He looked like himself. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
mobility.
Jamar came out, was pissed, talking about I'm always fucking open or whatever.
7-11.
Yeah, I think that, and I think again at home, although I think it'll be a good one. I don't know though. Geno hasn't been that great, and I have Metcalf on fantasy. He's been banged up and like hasn't been great. I like Kenneth Walker a lot for fantasy shit. But but yeah, I'd go Bengals. I'd go Bengals money, man.
Okay.
Minus 150.
Brad, what about you for this one?
I'm gonna take Cincy in the points and the over as well in this one.
Wow.
I think Cincinnati's run D is terrible. Seattle likes to run the ball, but Burrow and Chase, I mean, what was it, like 200 yards and 3 touchdowns between just from Burrow to Chase? Everybody's like worried with T. Higgins out. It almost made it easier for him. Like you brought up, he looks a lot better in the pocket, I think.
Yeah, he had a few scrambles where he got out of a rush. Yeah.
They just look more like the team that we're used to seeing them be. And Seahawks they kind of underperform on defense at times.
Yeah. I like the Bengals to win, but I am a bit worried. I don't know. I flip-flopped like left and right on this game. I ended up settling on the under 44.5. And I kind of trust the Bengals defense more than I trust the Bengals offense. So this being a big home game, I kind of like the Bengals defense to keep the points down, hold it under 44.5.
And it's like, when's the last time Jamar and Burrow, they played meaningless game? It's time. They know, and their coach knows it's time to get it going. Like they can't keep losing games. And when you have a home game, you gotta. I think it's time they're gonna get.
Sneaky Pete Carroll, though, man. I struggle to bet against that dude because I don't know how. I hate him, but he pulls some of these games out of his ass.
It's a generalization, but usually West Coast going East Coast at that noon slot, they struggle.
You're right, but I heard earlier this week that Pete Carroll kind of defies those odds when his team travels east,
because they go for a noon game.
Yeah, they must go use the tunnel system. Harriet Tubman and Pete Carroll, they're tight.
Yeah. Tubby Pete.
All right.
Dude. Yeah, I think if this game's in Seattle, I feel a whole lot different about the game. But
okay. You like the Bengals. Let's move on to the biggest game of the weekend. And that is the Detroit Lions going to Tampa Bay.
What the fuck?
To face the Buccaneers in the creamsicle unis. I'm so pumped for this one, man. I don't know how I'm going to hold out till 3:00 on Sunday to wait for this game. I might have to buy a dog or babysit a dog and walk it during the noon games just to keep myself from pacing back and forth behind the couch.
Buy a dog and walk it during the
noon dude, I'm telling you, it's going to be a long 3 hours of the noon games. For all I'm going to be thinking about is this creamsicle uniform game.
Red Zone and drink.
And that's what I inevitably will do, Brad. I'm just saying it's going to be a long wait through these noon games.
They flexed this game, right?
They did. They flexed this to be the game of the week. Rightfully so.
So Matt, we're playing earlier. Matt comes on we're on the headset. Matt says, yeah, man, well, they're flexing all of our games into the prime time. When he talks about flexing as a Buccaneer fan, it goes to the 3:25 game.
That is a primetime game. It's America's game of the week.
If they wanted to flex,
you can't flex it. You can't flex into Sunday night. There's rules to this shit, Jimmy.
They would do it. You can't
do it. You can't. Why the fuck did we have to watch Bears and Commanders last Thursday night? If they could flex that shit,
flex those games. Those fuck up the schedule. Those fuck up the schedule. You can flex a Sunday night game.
Not until the last 3 weeks of the season. You should know the rules. Read the fucking rules. Come on, man.
Read the rules about
if you're sitting here talking about football on a podcast, you should know the
I don't worry about
rules.
flexing. The Broncos are always play at 3:25 anyway because of the damn where we play.
If they weren't on the West Coast, they'd be playing at noon every week.
Yeah, we'd be playing at 10.
Yeah.
We'd be playing in London. But I'm saying, dude, we got the primetime game. I'm like, oh, nice, man. And they flexed it. Dude,
first game they flexed all year. I mean,
unbelievable.
They're expecting us to get some big viewership.
That's because of Dan Campbell.
No, dude, it's because of the creamsicle uniforms. It's because of this orange color right here.
This is my goddamn dog, and now I hate it, and I hate you too.
Yeah,
man.
are you going to have to change your underdog of the week?
I am, man. Yeah. I think
okay.
Judy's got me
the
going.
Creamsicles are loser uniforms.
The cream always rises to the top.
They are loser uniforms. They will lose.
No,
need to
Bucks
text that
win,
lady.
and I love this spot for the Bucks defense because they actually get
No,
a
what the fuck's
decent
defense?
offense coming into Tampa for a very big game. The Lions are coming off 3 double-digit wins, and then they have to go face the Tampa Bay Bucks defense. Tampa Bay holds them under 20 points. We win 20-17, 23-17. The Bucks move to 4-1. Bucks money line is the play here. You can't really. I won't take any arguments. I appreciate the silence.
End of the podcast.
Stop recording.
Yeah, there we go. Cheers.
I just
Cheers.
Crazy, man. Yeah.
fucking this fucking team.
Yeah.
Oh, Taylor Rooks is on the pregame. I love Taylor Rooks. If you don't know her, look her up. She's great.
Is she on the left with the hair?
She's interviewing Travis Kelce. Yeah.
No, I didn't watch that.
We're gonna see Baker be Cleveland Baker this week.
Why?
He's reverting
Like that, so.
that Tampa O line. They
Least pressures allowed in the league, Brad. Least
We're about to
pressures.
see
With the
Aiden
pressures.
Hutchinson. Here we
Aiden
go.
is a test.
Hey, I
Aiden
care about
Hutchinson is a
sacks.
test.
I care about production. I don't care about
Ooh.
pressures.
Hutch is
Well, how
gonna
about the
have
least
it.
QB hits? Does that
I'll
narrow
put
it
it
down?
this way. Tampa Bay, when they've played best, they've kind of been an even run the ball, play action. The best thing Detroit does is stop the run.
Well, we don't
Tampa's
run the
run-
ball good either. We should throw the ball this game.
So Baker's going to drop back 40 times and you think you're going to win?
That's the recipe to winning. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Can't wait for this prime time fucking slot.
Yeah, prime time slate.
Yeah.
There's 4 other games on during it, man. What
But
are you
this is
talking
by
about?
far the best afternoon game. The other
It's a
ones are
good
like
game. No,
Pats, Raiders, Eagles, Jets,
Yes, this is a
Rams,
very-
Cardinals. It
I'll
is the
give you
best
three
afternoon game.
It is the first time I can't remember that I've been excited about a Lions Buccaneer game. That is
Yeah.
that's fair. Like no one can remember that shit. So,
Ever.
I do
Probably
remember the
ever.
last time we played the Lions. We beat them about 42-10.
Yeah, I remember that game too. That was a great game because in the fourth quarter that sack.
Yeah. It was Christmas weekends. I was sitting on my dad's couch. Tom Brady was just starting to get it going that Super Bowl season. We beat the shit out of the Lions, and that
Fuck the Bucks.
we rolled to a Super Bowl. History
I
repeats
didn't
itself.
get my pick though.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, Lions money line.
That's not an eligible pick. If you take a favorite, you gotta take the points.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go with the
Lions.
Bucks. I'm trying to sway you here.
Yeah, I know you are. It's not working. I'm going Lions -3. Even
Lions
though on my pick 'em,
-3.
I have the fuck. That's what I was looking up. Pretty sure I have the. No, I have the Lions. Yeah, go.
Yeah,
Lions.
you went with the Lions on the pick. Yeah, that's a loss.
Yeah, go.
And Brad, you got the same Lions -3.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Nothing
Yeah.
else. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's an easy game one for me.
Yeah,
That's a
there you go.
2-point swing.
We keep
Quick
track
2-point
really
swings.
well. And we always update.
If you never
Oh,
used
yeah.
one of these guys, these yellow legal pads to
Oh
this
my
day.
Yeah. They also have
still
something
really
called
nice.
Excel.
You're like the dick from.
Type it right into. But, we all have our methods.
I use Excel
Yeah,
at
so-
work. For the podcast, I'm still doing the legal pad. Because I like to be able to track. This is the easiest way for me to track it and still look
Oh,
you in the
yeah.
eye and tell you the Bucks are
'Cause-
going to win.
You update us all the time on these
Yeah.
legal pads
Well,
that you have.
To be fair, I know we're a quarter way through the season. I think we've only done these picks episodes like 2 out of the first 5
Yeah, I
I
weeks.
think like 3 times.
So it's
now.
kind of
Yeah.
rough for an update.
We need to be good about if we're not even do a short on red zone touchdown though. Like that one.
We should. I should
yeah,
clip that
That's
because I don't
something
think
that's
anybody
cool.
else did that bet before we did. And then you
Yeah.
started seeing it on the betting
Yeah.
sites
I mean,
I'm
after
sure
we
people
started.
did, but they did.
picking
I had
first
never
red zone
seen that
touchdown.
before. Like people probably did do
Yeah.
that, but we never saw it.
Well,
before
Yep.
that, so.
Let's
Never
hit our
got
last.
talked about.
Let's hit our last game, Jimmy. We're 15 minutes from kickoff. Chiefs Broncos. Let's hit this last game and then get to like our specialty picks. Cowboys at Chargers. This is Monday Night Football. I'll make my pick real quick. Chargers money line. Chargers are the better team. They're at home. Monday Night Football. It's Herbert versus Dak Prescott. That's all the insight I need. You got a good quarterback against a mediocre one. Chargers roll.
No, Dallas beats on money line and points. Or no, just go Dallas -2. 2.5 is what
Yeah, I got 2.5.
Yeah.
Brad, you got to be on the Chargers here.
Oh, I'm on the Chargers. I like this Kellen Moore versus Mike McCarthy matchup. I think Kellen Moore is going to blow him out of the fucking water.
I agree.
They had to buy to get Quentin Johnson more involved. The big rookie probably takes over the Mike Williams role. Dallas lost Van Der Esch, so now you got to pull Parsons back from being that chess piece. And
At least some of the time. He's got to call the
defense. He's got to play more in the middle of the field now. So it weakens them big time. And with Eckler coming back, that's a lot to deal with.
Okay. Let's move on to something new we're doing. And this is going to be where we all have kind of our own little segment. Mine's going to be Matt's Crazy Parlay. And so I'm going to hit you guys every week with a 3-team, 4-team, 5-team, possibly even a 6-team parlay. This week I got a 5-teamer. I got the Ravens over the Titans, Dolphins over the Panthers, 49ers over the Browns, Raiders over the Patriots, and to close out the parlay, the Bucks beat the Lions. You can get that at plus 730. $100 wins you $730. If you don't feel that great about it, $10 will win you $73. That's what I did. I didn't feel it wasn't $100 wager for me.
Three?
Ravens win in London
against
the Titans. The Dolphins beat the Panthers. So that feels like a gimme, right?
Those two.
49ers. 49ers. No, I'm not saying the London game's a gimme. The Dolphins beating the Panthers. Feel pretty safe.
Yeah.
49ers beating the Browns. I feel pretty safe about that. Some people would disagree that the Browns' stout defense could keep it close. I feel fine about that.
It's
Raiders
this last one.
Raiders beating the Pats. I'm just going off my eye test. The Pats have sucked, and the Raiders have kind of impressed me more than I thought they were.
The McDaniels
So I like that
Belichick thing is a little interesting. That scares me because Belichick knows everything that McDaniels is going to be doing.
Just advice for our listeners, our bettors out there. You got to close a parlay out with your heart, and you just take your favorite team. And that's when you pick the Bucks to beat the Lions.
That is
you bet with your heart, not your head.
This is why you have a friend that lost $50,000.
Analytics, all the statistics
came from watching our.
Got to trust your heart when it comes to these parlays.
We're gonna get a bill
here. Yeah, no, no.
Okay, and then Jimmy, good segue here because you have it as your money line dog. Your money line dog is the Bucks, right?
Yeah, no longer. No.
Okay, you're switching it up. Do you got to do some research? Should I kick it to Brad first?
No, I got you, man.
Just go with your Broncos tonight, dog.
Exactly. I'm doing it right now, man. I'm such a fan that I don't even know the money line, but it's probably pretty
let's say plus 390.
I was gonna say probably 110, but I'll take the 390.
I can get no, it's at least fucking 300.
You don't think it's like 120?
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? It's probably you caught it at plus 115.
I'll get you the number right now, man.
Last time I checked, it was like 115, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I kind of feel plus 460. That's pretty juicy. Plus 460 against the division rival.
Parlay that in the under.
What are you giggling about, you
money.
fucking douche? At least our division's good. Your shit.
Yeah, we might have to go back to the 1900s to when the Bucks were plus 400 against anybody in division.
I doubt that.
No,
in the division. Yeah. The Warren Sapp days, I would say.
No, maybe when Warren Sapp first left and we were like not the Josh Freeman years because those were actually decent. Like that Josh McCown year. The Josh McCown year would be the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, plus 400.
Okay. Brad.
It's a moneymaker, dude.
We're going to give this to you.
Hit that shit. Moneymaker plus 400.
Plus 4.
Swear to God, dude. Hit it. Get it while it's hot. Whatever the fuck the dumbass.
That line's going to change. The sharp money will come in on the Broncos.
Beat. You're walking in to get beat.
It'll come in late on them.
Take them red pants off.
Martin will come in late.
Brad, we're going to give this to you every week. Jimmy, chill out. I know we're getting close to game time.
We're too fucking close, guys. Come on.
Brad, every week we're going to come to you for this. Your
Every
favorite
week.
under of
Every
the week.
week.
Every week.
Because it's burning like a fuse, baby. Let's go.
The best under on the board, Brad. What do you got?
Said Buffalo, 44.5. No Danny Dimes, probably. No Saquon. Buffalo's more balanced. I think it's just them controlling the ball. You're going to see an easy Buffalo win, maybe 30-0.
I could see the Giants getting shut out. I would not be surprised.
Wow.
They're just that. I mean,
Is he
Tyrod
officially out?
Taylor's the backup. He hasn't practiced. Neither of them practiced
I
at
saw
all.
that. He hadn't practiced.
You know, and when it's a neck and a high ankle sprain, this season seems like it's lost for the Giants at this point.
And let's make this next one quick. Our go-to first red zone touchdown, and I'm going to pull up the noon games if you guys need me to shout some noon games at you. I'll tell you who I got. I got Calvin Ridley on the Jags. The Jags are playing the Indianapolis Colts. It's in Jacksonville. I liked what I saw from Calvin Ridley last week, and that's my pick.
That's my pick.
I pulled up NFL.com, and it's all noise started screaming out of my headset, dude. I don't know what the fuck is going on. So I closed it out. I don't have the noon games for you, Brad, except off memory.
We're all
Jimmy,
good.
you said you have a name. Who you got? Tyreek?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Tyreek. I think the Carolina. It's gonna be that could be
Bloodbath.
Yeah.
Could be.
Not as bad as how they beat the Broncos, but close.
All right. Just get
All right.
Jamar
Brad.
Chase.
All right.
3
Chase,
touchdowns
keep
last
rolling.
week. They keep it going.
All right. So we all took receivers. We all took big play receivers. I like those chances. I like our chances for one of us to hit. Yeah.
Gotta hit one.
Okay. All right, Jimmy, we're here. Thursday night football picks.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Let me clear the runway for you. I only got one bet on this game, and that's Justin Ross, Chiefs wide receiver, anytime touchdown. You can get it at plus 900. This guy scored 3 preseason touchdowns this year. He had 5 targets in the game last week. I like Justin Ross to get in the end zone tonight, and I just love the odds plus 900 because I think he's going to get a few chances to catch the ball in the end zone tonight. So I think those are juicy odds. I already got my bet in for it.
I hope you're right.
Okay.
People that
Justin Ross?
subscribe but do not listen to what
You guys don't watch enough football, man.
Yeah, I definitely.
Wait and
I know.
see. Wait and see. Personally, do you guys want to? If I throw $10 to each of you, if Justin Ross doesn't score, are you willing to pay me $90 next week if he does score?
What the fuck?
I mean, put your money where your mouth is.
I still haven't got my $2 from our bet from like 2 weeks ago.
What was the bet? $2. What did we bet $2
Bet-
on?
Tennessee and the Chargers, I believe.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
You
That
took
would
an
make sense.
Tennessee bet, and I said they'd win. Tennessee.
That would make
win.
sense. And Tennessee did win that game in overtime. They sure did.
I did timestamp on
Hey,
a
we're
previous
getting
episode.
too close. Broncos plus 10.5. Hit it. Lock it
Same
in.
bet. Same bet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Outside of that Chiefs blowout of Kansas City's blowout of Chicago, their other 4 games they've won by 5 points or less on average.
And their offense does not look right this year so far.
It's not clicking. I think Denver's pissed off. They know they're trading away,
Kelsey's hurt.
like Frank Clark and parts
Yeah,
like that at
they're
this
all-
point. I think the young guys are pissed.
We got Browning coming back.
Yeah.
Whatever his name is. So.
Jimmy, it's all yours. Anything else before we sign off here and watch
I
this
see Al
game?
Michaels. I'm glad
Let's
the
go.
year's flying by. So
All right.
cheers.
That
to
does suck,
football.
Hey,
but
Cheers,
cheers
to
boys.
football.
Cheers, y'all. Let's go
Go
Broncos
Broncos.
tonight.
Go
Let's get that
Broncos.
dub.
Go Broncos!
Let's go.
All right.
baby.
Let's ride.
Let's ride. Let's ride.